All right, welcome back to the Playbook Podcast. I'm your host Trey for right now. Nick will be on just a minute. Jaden, we don't know yet. But anyway, hope y'all having a great day so far. A great Monday. Hope y'all had a good weekend out there. Just depending what time zone you're in. Hope you all. I saw this is late, but you know what? Get used to it, guys. Because you know what? At least we're here talking sports and not goofing off and like other shows do. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited for NFL's coming up pretty quickly. This week's opening game week for college football, so we'll see what happens there and whatnot. So we're gonna get started into the business so far. So this Friday night is Colorado versus Georgia Tech. This is the first game that's Dion and coaching his son Shador and Shiloh, and also the I think he has another son too. No, he doesn't play football. But yeah, so far the betting favorites is Colorado. I know last year they finished overall 29th overall in power ranking according to PFF. Defense was 21st and offense was 45th. They made it to the playoffs, got bounced out in the first round and whatnot. They had a great season overall. So Georgia Tech, I don't know much about them. I don't know if they have I know for sure Colorado has what's it called? They have a five-star quarterback and who is supposed to be really good. But the question is for me is their own line. Towards the last year in the beginning of the season, they won by a touchdown. It was a close game. Shouldn't be that close with a team that no one knows about. And all because of that catch by Travis Hunter made, they won the game. So yeah, because their line was terrible, the defense was terrible. The running game was terrible last season in the first game, and Travis Hunter couldn't do anything. Travis Hunter was carrying the whole team. Him and Shador were. Shador was running out of the pocket and whatnot, and yeah. But Colorado will have a mid-season. I agree with you, Travis. But yeah, it's gonna be not gonna be that great yet. My question I have for Colorado is that what is it going to be like with Shador Sanders being out on the quarterback position? Because he's in the NFL now, and Dion coached him his whole life. So how's that going to adjust to him? You know, I know this past offseason he had cancer, he got cured from it. That was surprising to everybody that he had bladder cancer. Thank God he's okay and whatnot. So it just depends how it's going to affect him. I know he has a good quarterback at five-star QB. But the question is their O-line for me. Can the O-line protect the quarterback? Can they have a good running game for once, a good defense for once? Will they, you know, will they have? Can they? Who's a receiver core? Is it be a good tandem? Travis, will have to stay and beat the allegations. Yeah, I think in my opinion, he should go to the SEC because he's a better coach and he has a mid team. I mean, Colorado is they spent third in money, but they're all three-star quarter. Some of them are three-star. Majority of their team is a three-star football core, and they only have two. I think they have some at four-star and a five-star for sure, but it's just their own line. It's questionable for a lot of people. But yeah, other than that, I have Colorado winning this game. I think it'll be a close game probably because of like I said, because their own line will probably be in shambles. So we'll see with that. Moving on to the next game, we have the weekend game on Saturday at 11 o'clock. We have Texas and the OSU, Ohio State University, with Marvin Harrison, Archie Manning, and that tandem. You know, Texas is number one ranked team according to APP. And Ohio is ranked third in the nation. So last year, Texas finished off third overall. Their defense was sixth, and their offense was 32nd. Ohio State was the first overall last season. They had defense was fifth in the nation, and power ranking was offense was 98th. My God, it's terrible. But it's college football. And college football is up and down scoring games. So and defenses they're kids too, so you're trying to have fun. Um, so my takeaway of this game is that how good will Archie Manning be? Because I know because he got rid of Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers, he left Texas and they benched him. They didn't think he was the right one for them. And last year they had a weak schedule, basically, and they couldn't beat Georgia. Georgia beat them twice. So my question for Texas is that okay? How good Archie Manning's going to become? Because if you're a Manning, it's a lot of pressure on you. Number one, because you have Eli and Peyton Manning and the grandpa. You're built in that. You're supposed to be built in that. You know that gene of being an all-time great one day. So my question for Texas too is that okay, y'all had a weak schedule last season, but can y'all overcome a difficult season y'all had in this being bounced out against Georgia? So can he be a good team actually? Can Archie carry this team? Can Archie be a Heisman? Can Archie be the best quarterback in the draft? Can he be a Heisman? Can he be a Heisman candidate? We don't know yet. And this game for sure is going to test them for sure because they spent the most money. They have the best coach. They have Steve Shagnolia. They have who's a heart of that team. And top of that, sorry, God, hold on, give me one sec. Texting Nick, guys. So yeah, so it just depends on how good Archie's gonna become. And with Ohio State though, Ohio State defense is still amazing. I have no surprise of that whatsoever. I think Ohio State might win it all next season. I think they're best, and I think the Big Ten is the second best conference outside the SEC because you have Oregon, they have Ohio State, Penn State's coming up really fast, but I think it would prove a lot with because they got rid of Will Howard. He's in the draft, and not Marvin Harrison, Jeremiah Smith. He's a heck of a receiver, probably the best receiver in college football. In my opinion, that's my Heisman candidate to win it all in Heisman. So this depends on Ohio State. How good can he become without? Can he win back-to-back championships? Can he win? Because the coach is really good. He's a really good coach. I forgot his name. He's tip of my tongue. I'm gonna see real quick. I have him at the tip of my tongue. Ryan Day. I freaking knew it. Okay, Ryan Day. Ryan Day is a good coach. The question about Ryan Day though is he can't be in Michigan. He can't beat Michigan. Michigan, he can never beat them. So the question is for Ohio State is for me is okay. Can their quarterback be good though? Because Justin Sayin is supposed to be great, but can he be like a great quarterback? So because and Ohio State respected to win too. Respected. I mean, they had C.J. Stroud before him. They had Justin Fields and whatnot. So let's just see what happens to Ohio State. I have Ohio State winning this game. I think it'll be a close game, but I have Ohio State winning that game number for sure. I think this is probably the preview national championship game because I think these two teams for sure the best teams in college football. Like the paper looks like it. Paper looks like their best teams overall. So yeah, we'll see how going on this Saturday. And by the way, Google and YouTube out there, please sign with Fox. Get a deal done. I'll be freaking mad. I'll lose my cool because I'm not spending money on Fox Sports to watch a game. So for the love of God, please, please, I'm begging you, YouTube, sign with Fox. I got the email that Fox and YouTube are not negotiating right now. They might have till tomorrow till 5 p.m. So please get it done. And I want the $10. I want Fox. Okay, NFL's coming up the week after next weekend, basically. And you're telling me that y'all can get a deal with Fox? Get it done. Thank you. Gosh. You know what's crazy out there? They did this with CBS towards the March Madness before March Madness happened. Same crap happened, and I promise you, if you don't get a deal with Fox, I mean that's not just with Fox Sports, that's with Fox News and local Fox stations out there. So Fox 14 in Amarillo, if you have Fox 14 out there, guys, you better pray that it comes back. You better pray to get a deal done tomorrow. So yeah, Nick, get on the podcast, bro. Quit being scared, bro. If you're gonna talk about tech, bro, he's freaking scared. So yeah, he's probably playing freaking Valorant or something goofy like that because he's scared of his podcasts. And Jaden, we don't know where he's at. But yeah, now to the next game we have Ohio State. No, so sorry. I mean Florida State versus Alabama. Alabama. Alabama had a huge meltdown towards the end of the season last season. Jalen Monroe was a Heisman candidate. I think he finished top 5 in Heisman, if I'm mistaken correctly. Um, right now it's just that wow, Florida State is the betting favorite to win. Wow. The spread is 13.5. That's crazy to me. I never would have thought Bama would be underdog in this. I mean, they might no, actually no, never mind. Bama's actually the favorite to win. Wow. So here's the deal, Alabama. I watched Nick Saban last year going to do his Ring of Honor and stuff like that. I saw how mad he was when they didn't make the playoffs. Because I watched College Game Day. In my opinion, that's one of the best crews of all time in the history of sports shows of all time. I think if they don't win the first 3 games of the season, this is my prediction out there for college football viewers. I think Nick Saban will come back to coach Alabama football. No ifs, ands, buts about that. It's going to happen. Because Alabama almost won a championship with Nick Saban. If Alabama scores against Michigan on the first and goal, they easily could have won a national championship that year in 2023. Saban could have had 8 rings by now. But he's 70 something, he's 72 years old, 70 years old. So I understand why he retired but here's the deal. Bama, your quarterback looks like a freaking white dude off the street. And y'all, Ronald Williams was really good because last year they were 7th overall. Like they even had a meltdown. They were 11th overall in defense, 65th in offense last season. I mean, they had the upset of the year against Georgia, and Oklahoma comes back and beats them. Vanderbilt beats Alabama last season. I don't know if y'all remember that, Travis. Because here's the deal: Bama has to get it done. Okay, this is an important game for Alabama. Florida State, in my opinion, they suck. Okay, they had one good season, and now the fall season after that, last season, they had a freaking meltdown the first game of the season. So Alabama, you have to get it done. If you don't get it done, I feel like the coaches on the hot seat because Alabama is expected to win championship, guys. Championship football. They're meant to win championship football. In my opinion, of all college football, it's the best franchise of all time in my book. So yeah, but I have Bama winning that game against Florida State. Next coming on very quickly, guys. What should we do? Should we wait for Nick? Hold up. So yeah, I'll save this game for Nick comes on because it's his favorite team. Last game, we have for football, we have Bill Belichick and North Carolina playing against TCU. So what's up, Sergio? What you been up to, bro? Good to see you, bro. UNC is the favorite to win. Against TCU. So my question for North Carolina is, how good can Belichick be as college head coach? I know he's kind of mad that he didn't make it that far in he didn't get another job in the NFL. In my opinion, Cowboys should have hired him last season, but you know what? We won't go there. So yeah, the spread is 3.5. Alabama's North Carolina, UNC is the favorite. Last year they were 58th overall, 54th in defense, 58th in offense, and TCU was 33 overall, 19th in defense, and 57th in offense. So pretty. And I know people on this team too, with Major Everhart and Avon Carter. And I know them very well. I know them from through friends and whatnot. Major was pretty fast. I mean, Major almost cooked out Colorado last season with he cooked them with the punt return and whatnot. So I think UNC. My question for UNC is, okay. Here's the deal. Belichick needs to understand that college football is the same as the NFL. Okay, it's not the same. These are kids. Okay, so all that yelling and whatnot ain't gonna do anything at all. They ain't gonna do anything for you. Ain't gonna do it to ain't good for your kid. Not everyone's built like Bill Belichick. Because Bill Belichick, if you remember on the Patriots, he didn't care if you're the best player on the team. He was gonna tell you off. He was gonna cuss you out, cuss your butt off. If you, I mean, I mean, documentary on Apple TV with Bill Belichick and whatnot. Um, Bill didn't care. So Tom Brady had a 50 touchdown season. You know what Belichick did? Belichick cussed him out no matter what. After one play, if he made a incomplete pass, he brought it up in the game film, and he chewed up Tom Brady. Okay, Tom Brady and Belichick had tension, and that's why Tom was out, and Belichick was in, and he was out too. So yeah. So I hope that Belichick gets the same guy like you. I think being off from football and coaching and whatnot, I hope it helped him, because I think, in my opinion, he's the best coach. In my opinion, of history of sports, there's no better coach than Bill Belichick. I, I think he's better than Phil Jackson, better than Nick Saban. I think he's better than the guy from what's the guys from UConn basketball. I think he's a great coach of all time, and no regardless of what sport you win. Because here's the deal, Belichick, in my opinion, he had Aaron Hernandez, who was a freaking psychopath. Okay, he dealt with that. He proved everybody wrong. He was a good recruiter. He was a GM. He recruited the best players. He recruited underdogs. He recruited Julian Edelman and Amendola. He brought in Gronk and Tom Brady. He made these people into champions and whatnot. He did that. So I think he'll bring that same energy to UNC. But as far as, like, I think UNC will win, because I know people sign with UNC. I think UNC, and hold on, let me see real quick. Um, how many players did UNC get in the transfer portal? So they got 9 players from the transfer portal. They have a linebacker from Missouri, receiver from Colorado, a kicker from Marshall, a running back from Michigan, and they also have a receiver from Tennessee. So I think it'll be great. I think these people are 4-star recruits too, so that's pretty good. 4-star players and whatnot. So yeah. Now, recruiting wise, um, 31 high school students got recruited to UNC, and they all signed. Um, so that's pretty. They have 35 commitments overall. So that's pretty intense for I think in my opinion it's probably the best team in the ACC. Because I think UNC I think North Carolina can win the ACC overall and make a big run to the playoffs. So we'll see. He's doing the opposite. What do you mean by that, Travis? The opposite of what? So yeah. So we'll wait. He recruited high school, which is surprising. Yeah, he did. I was surprised by that too, but it is what it is. It's part of football, you know. Now we're going to on the NFL. I think in the NFL, I would say we have technical talk about too on here, but Nick ain't here yet, so we'll see if he comes on or not. So yeah. So now to the NFL. So Taylor and Travis Kelsey got engaged. Oh my god. So here's what happened when I found out. Okay, I was home all day because I didn't have class today, and next thing you know, I was about to go to work out, and I got done from running. And as soon as I go on my phone, I see something from Adam Scheffler that Travis and Taylor got engaged. So here's the deal, okay? I think this is coming along with retirement for Travis Kelsey. I think Taylor's a heck of a singer, in my opinion. She's alright. I think Carrie Underwood's better than her. I think but Taylor Swift is popular. I mean, she won the New Heights podcast, and they had the best. They freaking broke records, and that podcast now is the best, is number one on YouTube because of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey together. I think Taylor Swift brought fans to the game. Who would have thought that Travis was dating a superstar that's not? I don't know. I think he's 35 years old. So I'm kind of surprised by this a lot. I'm not surprised by it, but I'm kind of like, okay, thank God we got out of the way. It should have happened a long time ago. I think it should have happened when Travis beat the Niners in the Super Bowl, but it didn't happen. So it didn't happen last year, so it happened this year. So congrats to them. I mean, hey man, he's engaged, bro. He's rich. I mean, now I'm seeing crap on stupid Instagram now about advertisements and stuff like that. But you know what? I saw on TV today too. A freaking advertisement I saw. So yeah. So congrats to Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift. Hope y'all make it. Thank God she ain't writing a breakup song at all, because I thought she was gonna break up with him after he got bounced out in the Super Bowl against the Eagles, but that didn't happen. Rashad Jackson fight, you see that? Bro, when was that? Oh, we gotta talk about Canelo Alvarez in a bit too, and that's coming up pretty fast too. That comes out, and that comes at the 13th. In 2 weeks, actually. So, moving on to more NFL stuff. This is the big news for the Washington Commanders. Taylor McLaurin signs an extension with the Commanders. Thank God it happened because he's an important piece of the Washington team. Jalen Daniels, it looks really good already in the preseason, but Taylor McLaurin's the number one option on his team. He's an all-pro tight. He's an all-pro receiver last season. He had so watch out for the Commanders, guys. Like I said, I have Commanders in the Super Bowl. So yeah, yeah, I did pick him up on sleeper, bro. I know how good he is, bro. And but freaking Nick got Mahomes, so I'm kind of disappointed by that. I almost cried when I was sort of driving Travis, I almost cried because I was like, dude, you got freaking Mahomes, bro. But anyways, so I think this team would be really scary with McLaurin because Terry McLaurin's really good receiver, and yeah. Um, so what y'all think about Terry McLaurin signing with? What y'all think out there, chat about McLaurin signing with the Commanders? What y'all think? Anyone comment? Well, I think it's pretty good, in my opinion. So it's a sleeper team. Yeah. So moving on now to the Cowboys. So I work a lot. I work a lot with a bunch of Cowboys fans at Channel 4 with Clint, Anthony Justice, and Max Preston. I'm not sure about Corey Davis. I think she's a Cowboys fan, but I'm not sure. Um, and we talk about the Cowboys a lot. I stay out of it because I don't talk about I don't want to do that work. Um, so here's the deal with Micah Parsons. So so Dak Prescott went on, got asked by a question by a reporter asking him about he played in the first season against the Eagles. And Dak said he's confident. And then Dan Orlovsky has said he's not playing for them next year. He's not going to play for them. Here's the problem I have with the Cowboys. I didn't say this last because Nick went on the rant on Saturday night. It was Friday night. My bad. It was Friday night. So here's a problem I have with Jerry. Jerry Jones is going to sign him. He's going to sign. He's going to sign Dak. He's going to sign Micah Parsons. You know why he's delaying this? Because he wants to get attention. Jerry Travis Straswell. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. So you're telling me that he ain't gonna. Here's the deal: Micah is not gonna leave the Cowboys at all. It ain't gonna happen. Jerry's doing this for attention because he knows his team is gonna be bad this year, probably. Here's the deal. He wants to do the reality TV star attention. That's fine with him. That's fine with me. Okay, Jerry Jones needs to understand that. Hey, man, it's my job to get things done. As an owner, as a GM. Okay, he told Stephen A. that Micah called him. But there's reports out there saying that Micah Parsons didn't call him. Jerry went up to him. So here's the deal about my problem is with Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is signed Micah Parsons so we can stop talking about this guy because it's hilarious that we talk about this guy all the time. Because Jerry Jones said on a documentary, he said it on TV. The Cowboys or the soap opera 365 days a year. You know why he's doing that? Because he knows his team's bad. He's a diva. Jerry Jones he's a businessman, but he's not a really good owner in the football mind. Okay? And Travis brought something up in the chat. Hey, Travis, Travis, he's Travis, but here's the deal. Jerry Jones has said this too. And this is just funny to me. Travis, Jerry said this too, that his teams now are better than they were back in the 90s. So yeah, here's the deal. Since the Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl back in 1996 and January 28th against the Steelers, they drafted the most All-Pro teams players of all time in the last decade. He has not one win to show for it. If you would have asked people back 30 years ago, "Hey man, Cowboys and Stephen Jack in 30 years," people would have laughed. People would have laughed at you, okay? But Travis has said that these teams now. Jerry has said, Travis, that this team now is better than they were back in the 90s, okay? That is baloney. Okay, back then, Michael Irvin was a heck of a, in my opinion, a top 5 receiver of all time. Emmitt Smith was the best running back of all time in my book. They had Deion Sanders, who was a two-way athlete, best athlete on the field probably, and they had Troy Aikman, who had a heck of an arm and really accurate. It was tough. Okay. This team has had Terrell Owens, Tony Romo, DeMarcus Ware, DeMarco Murray, Des Bryant. Okay, they have had Tyron Smith, the guy that retired, forgot his name, a lineman. They had Larry Allen. Larry Allen, guys. They had Alvin Harper. They have had Roy Williams, who hit the crap out of you. Jason Witten. Jay Novacek. They had Marion Barber, Miles Austin, Terrence Newman. And not one really show for not Marcus Spears, Chris Canty, and not have one ring to show for it. You know why? Because Jerry has had bad coaches. Wade Phillips had one good season out there, and he couldn't do jack the next season. Not one. He couldn't do jack the next season. You know what they did? They screwed Terrell Owens. I'm gonna be real with you. Jerry Jones made 2 good offseason stuff he's done in his career. That's get Deion Sanders and Terrell Owens. That's it. And Amari Cooper. I forgot. Also that Amari Cooper too. I forgot about that. So these guys have had also Zeke Elliott, who retired recently. Dak Prescott, who's a quarterback right now, and he can't get the job done. Jerry Jones cares about is the attention. He wants to be. Here's the deal. If I'm Jerry Jones, since you don't want to care about football no more, bro, go get a crew. Go get a TV. Go get a TV show, and do it and do a reality TV show on your end. Yeah. Travis Elliott retired. Okay, go get a TV show every single day. Film it every single day in the Cowboy Stadium and post it on Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus or ESPN Plus or Prime or Peacock. That's all he cares about, Travis. He cares about the attention. That's all he cares about. Travis. He doesn't care about anything else, but he doesn't care about anything else but being in the headlines. And yes, Travis. And here's the deal out there, guys. Y'all. He has built an empire. That's amazing. And here's the deal. Here's the deal. Spot what I think about Jerry Jones. Besides one guy, Donald Trump, second best business person of all time is Jerry Jones. Okay, he had a landman. He was an oil guy. He owned an oil company. Bought the Cowboys. He built it up. And look, it's the most valuable franchise of all time. It's so valuable that heck, Michael Jordan can't afford it. LeBron can't afford it. Okay, Tiger Woods can't afford it. So there you go. So that's all I gotta say about that. So I think I just don't understand why cares about cares about them. He just cares about the attention, guys. And it's a shame because I love the Cowboys a lot. I'm gonna watch them this year. I'm gonna watch them because I'm a Cowboys fan. But we're not gonna do Jack, and we're gonna do. I mean, sign Micah Parsons out there and get out of the way. Sign Micah because it's annoying. I hear all the time on Fox Sports, on ESPN, on on podcasts and whatnot. So please get it done. It's a shame for me to say this right now. Get it done. Okay, cool. I don't want to hear about Michael Parsons again. Let's get it done. He's get it done, sign a deal, and get over it. That's all I gotta say about that. Next coming on pretty soon. He's getting I don't know what this guy's doing. He's probably scared right now to his mind. You want me to talk about this real quick while he's coming on? So he sent me this tweet. So Sam White is a insider, I guess. I don't think I ever heard in my life. So he's a he's a insider for the NFL, and he wants me to read this to y'all out there. So talks between the Packers and Cowboys regarding Micah Parsons have intensified. Per sources buzz out Green Bay is that the Packers are motivated to finalize the deal before the week is over. Okay. So you know what? If you sell Micah Parsons, who are we gonna get? Who are we gonna get? Because as far as I know, if you now here's the deal though, this can go through two ways. So those out there that don't remember this, but I watched the Cowboys since I was a kid. Um, they traded Herschel Walker because they had 4 straight losing seasons at the time with Troy being it was Troy and Michael Irvin as young guys, young boys, young men, and then Herschel Walker who was the best player on the team. So what they did was so Jimmy Johnson got hired from the Cowboys because Tom Landry got fired. Um, so they sell it was an 89 draft. 88, 89. They traded Herschel Walker to the Vikings. And they got 5 players to return overall. And so they traded those first round picks to the Vikings. And they got the help in the higher draft, and they got Emmitt Smith and an O line and then Leon Lett. So they had a good team overall. So that can be the same way at this scenario. They get trade Micah Parsons, we get a good team out of we get a good team out of what Green Bay gives us for first round picks. Okay, maybe this is the time that we can actually win something in the next 2-3 years now. We never know. I mean, here's the deal. Okay, here's the deal. I'm 23 years old. I'm 23. I know I'm 23. I turned 23 in 2 months. I get married in 2 months. I want to see the Cowboys win before I get married, or when I get married, or when I'm married, before I have my first kid. Because I think if you can get something, if you get those same picks as you did back in '89, and we get we get some good people, get some good offseason moves. I'm down for it. Till then, in this season we might tank, so we'll never know. Anyways, now we're gonna break down the documentary that I've watched. So I'm 7 episodes in the Cowboys documentary on Netflix. It's a good documentary, by the way. I recommend it to those out there, even though you're not a Cowboys fan. I recommend it still to a lot of people out there. So I'm last time we talked about it, I'll finish episode 1. So I'm gonna break down the first 2 episodes. So second episode talks about how Jerry and his life and all that stuff, how he became a football player at Arkansas with Jimmy Johnson, same team. They were the best team in the SEC at the time, whatever conference it was back then. Who knows? It's back in the freaking 60s, in the 60s, bro. So, so Jimmy Johnson and him had a good run at it, a good term at it, and to the and next thing you know, turns out that so further down that talk about Jimmy Johnson and his relationship with the Cowboys. Jimmy Johnson didn't care who you were. He was gonna tell you how it is. I think Jimmy Johnson could have been the greatest coach of all time if he didn't get fired by by Jerry Jones. So the documentary um talks about their history of the Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson. Um, they they basically had they traded Herschel Walker and they got Emmitt Smith, and then broke down their first two championships. They had Michael Irvin too. Um, and then so I didn't know about Tom Landry too. Tom Landry was losing his eyesight and his memory loss, and then turns out, yeah, so Jerry Jones fired him, and Jerry Jones was getting criticized big time, like getting scrutinized, and he spit because he fired Tom Landry because Tom Landry was the foundation of the Dallas Cowboys, basically. And because here's the deal, in Dallas at the time, um, it was not really a safe place because of what happened to JFK, because JFK got shot there. The president got shot there. And so Dallas was basically known as this evil town. But Tom Landry and the Cowboys saved it. And next thing you know, the Cowboys, the owner went bankrupt, so he was forced to sell the team and whatnot. And that's what happened with Jerry Jones and the Cowboys overall. So next thing you know, the Cowboys further on down, the Cowboys got Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin versus history, straight up. And further on down to documentary, okay. I first thought this documentary would be propaganda of how good Jerry Jones of a guy he was, but it turns out ain't like that. They tell you every history of it. I mean, the Niners and the Cowboys were really, really rivals, like big time rival back in the day. With Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jerry Rice. I mean, they hated each other. And there's one thing too about football is that here's the deal. I love football, but I'm not letting my kids play football because here's why. There's one moment in the documentary where Troy Aikman, it was a 93 NFC Championship game, and Troy Aikman hits a guy's knee with his head, and he doesn't remember that game at all because he had to go back and rewatch the game. All he remembers from that game is walking out to the field. He was concussed, and overall, as him playing in the NFL, he has had 9 concussions as a whole in the entire. And that's when football was brutal. That's when football was really, really brutal. And it's insane. 9 concussions and 12 years. That's insane. And then like 9 concussions, bro. It's insane. So that was scary to see. And I was shocked too by this too about the documentary is that Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson attention had it big time because of the after the 91 Super Bowl. No, 92 might have 92 actually. Because because Emmitt Smith was on a buyout, was protesting too, like Micah Parsons is. And Jimmy Johnson said, let the guy go, bro. It was a fight over that. And then next thing you know, they won a chip. They go to Florida, and you can feel the tension, but it was all the owners. Didn't Jim fire Jimmy Johnson, they I would have won probably. But here's the deal too. It wasn't just Jimmy Johnson, okay? Why the dynasty got ended. Because here's the other crazy part too about the Cowboys too. I didn't know this. But Michael Irvin was involved in cocaine accusations because of what happened because he had a mistress. And to the point so that's why the dynasty was over too, because of that, because of what happened with Michael Irvin. Because after that day, they were villains. They were cursed now. They're no longer Americans. They were like these people that were all famed up, and next thing you know, they went down to the curb. Now, Barry Switzer too was a weird guy because he wasn't like Jimmy Johnson was all in your face, and Troy Aikman was too. Troy Aikman was in your face though. I mean, Troy Aikman um was like Tom Brady kind of. He wanted perfection because Tom Brady, if you remember him watching him play, he would chill you out too, bro. He didn't care how big you were, how good of a quarterback or receiver you were. I mean, look at what he did in Tampa Bay. He freaking was all fired up to win a championship at 41 years old. So yeah, I think it's crazy to me how things transpire with the Cowboys and Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones. And and how they got Deion Sanders still was insane. I mean, Deion signed with $35 million for 7 years is insane, bro. So yeah, so other than that, you know, this talk is so good, bro. I'm gonna watch it. So good, bro. It's really good. Um, and even though the Cowboys ain't doing good this year, you never know, but we'll see what happens. So now I make my poll predictions for the NFL season to my top 10. I kind of thought about this coming back home from work. So my top 10 predictions is this. I think Justin Herbert is going to fall off this year. I think Justin Herbert will be washed up this year because here's the deal with Justin Herbert, guys. Justin Herbert, with Jim Harbaugh, his grade overall is fifth in the NFL, 91.7. Okay. Herbert had the Herbert had 102 fantasy points last season. His passing grade was fourth in the NFL among quarterbacks. His attempts were 13th among, um, you know, 13th among quarterbacks, 12th in touchdowns, 9th in yards, and 22nd interceptions too. So that's really good. I think the Chargers are going to fall off a cliff this year because Broncos got better. Because Chiefs are really good. I think Chiefs are still the best team in their division. But Chargers are gonna fall off the cliff big time. So yeah, that's how I feel about Chargers. And the Chargers overall last year weren't that good either. Last year the Chargers, let me see, the Chargers were 12th in offense and 6th in defense. But even though they lost Joey Bosa, he's gone. So that's gonna be a big no-no for the Chargers. Other than that, I think they'll be probably third in the AFC West, like I said before. Um, Number 9, I think, CJ Stroud. I think CJ Stroud will have another down year because they lost Stephon Diggs. They'll have Nico Collins though, but last year it's up to I think their online will be better, but receiver core I don't think it will be that good this year. I think CJ Stroud is a really good player, but as far as I'm concerned, I think CJ Stroud will have a little bit of a down year too. I think the Texans will probably make it to the divisional round and get bounced out. So yeah. Number 8, I think Aaron Rodgers. I think Mike Tomlin have his first losing season as a head coach because of Aaron Rodgers. Their defense is good, but their online is terrible. They have DK Metcalf, but Aaron Rodgers is old and washed up. So I think this will be a down year for Aaron Rodgers too, because Aaron Rodgers is really really he's terrible now, and he's ruining his legacy. Ruining his legacy, by the way. So I think Mike Tomlin will have his losing season this year, and yeah. Number seven, I think man, that's seven. Number seven. Number seven. I think Caleb Williams will be a candidate for MVP. I think Caleb Williams is a heck of a quarterback. I think he's really good. I think last year he had no O line, but this year his O line he has more receivers, a better coach now, better O line, better defense now. So I think he might be fifth in. I think he might be fifth and an MVP candidate. So yeah, I think Caleb Williams is really good. He's Mahomes esque. So that's how I see Caleb Williams. Number six, I think in my opinion, the Giants will be really good this year. The Giants might be in the playoffs this year. Actually, I actually believe that because Jackson Dart is really good. I think Russ is going to start, but I think Jackson Start is the best is a team of the future, and they have Abdul Carter, Malik Neighbors is really good. I think who else did they add? Let me see the receiver core real quick. Receiver core. They have Darius Slayton too. I forgot about him. Darius Slayton is really good. So I think and plus they also have you know they have a good defense too with Abdul Carter. And yeah, so I think they'll be in the playoffs this season. I think Malik Neighbors is me a I think Malik Neighbors might finish third in yards and third in touchdowns this year because he's really good. Last year, he's supposed to be last year he won. Last year, let me see what his Neighbors numbers real quick. Malik Neighbors. Last year, Malik Neighbors was last year he was an 86.7 grade, not team receiver and overall grade, seventh in yards, and oh crap. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at this. And he also had there's Nick Rankin, bro. Nick is back. My boy's back, guys out there.
What's up?
Nick,
What's up, guys? My bad.
bro.
Yeah. What's up?
Nick's back, guys. You see, bro, he ain't ducking this time, bro.
Hey, what do you mean this time, bro? I never duck, bro.
So
I never duck.
Nick, if you want to break down college football, you can. I put some games up there. I put in Colorado,
Perfect.
Texas, so you can do that. We can do that first.
Yeah, let's
I
do
think
it,
my
man.
we can. I could do it again because I want you to hear my thoughts real quick. I want you to hear my thoughts.
Okay. Let me pull these up here. Yeah, I'm really interested in this Texas game. Let's see here. Alabama's open up against Florida State. All right, man.
Dude, Florida State's the favorite to win, bro.
They
Am I
did get
correct?
better. No. The Alabama's favored to win by 13.5.
Oh, okay. I was like, bro, what in the
Yeah,
world?
yeah. Travis, if Neighbors stays healthy, he's a top 10 receiver. I think he's already a top 10 receiver. You know what? After we do this, you want to do our top 10 receivers in the NFL?
Let's do that, bro.
Let's do it, man. I actually like that a lot because I like that conversation a lot.
Yeah, why you do that?
So
I have more stuff to talk because I was kind of rushing, bro.
oh, you're good, man. All right, so yeah, let's start with Colorado here. Colorado is opening up their first season without Shador Sanders, their first season without Travis Hunter against Georgia Tech. They are the underdogs. They're 4.5-point underdogs at Georgia Tech. So for this game, I'm not quite sure. I really don't know how Colorado is going to look. I think that you lose the Heisman, even though I don't think he was the Heisman. But no, if we look here, so man, this is going to be really interesting. This is going to be a really interesting game. I think Colorado's going to have a rough season, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
They lost a lot of important players. They lost Shador. They lost Travis Hunter. They lost Jimmy Horn. They lost a lot of their playmakers. I don't know much about Georgia Tech. I'm going to be honest with you, but I do envision Colorado having a rough season. Let me pull up their recruiting class real quick because I know they did have some transfers. So they were 19th in the transfer portal, ranked 19th, and they were 38th in composite, which isn't bad. They had a pretty good recruiting class. Julian Lewis, the QB, it should be interesting to see how he plays. They did get a little better O-line for sure with some freshmen coming in. They had one, I believe they had two 4-star transfers, Hakeem Williams, a wide receiver, and Noah King, a corner. So there you go. Between those two guys, you might have made up for Travis Hunter. I'm not sure. But no, I think Colorado can win this game. I am pretty confident in that, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they're going to be long-term without Shador and Travis Hunter. I don't think they're going to have a season, as good as they did last year. And they weren't very good last year. So I don't know, man. We will definitely have to see. Over here, we'll go to Ohio State versus Texas. This is the game. This is the game of the week, absolutely. Ohio State is favored by 2.5 in the shoe. They are going up to the shoe. So this should be a really interesting game. I think Ohio State should be able to defend home field in this situation. I'm not, man, I really don't know. I like Ohio State, though. I like Ohio State to beat Texas.
Yeah, I have Ohio State winning the game. My biggest question too is, can Texas be a top 25 team in the nation? Because last year they had a weak schedule. In their first game, they won. They blew the team out. No one even heard of, but they lost to Georgia twice, and they lost to. That's why I know who they lost at. They're actually really good. But I have questions. I think Archie Manning will. Let's just see how Archie does too, because they got rid of Quinn Ewers. They benched him last season, so according to Steve Shagnoya, that he's the face of the team. So yeah.
I honestly don't know. I think Texas is obviously going to be good. They had a really good offseason.
Yeah.
They had a great class. They had a great transfer class. Actually, they weren't great in the transfer portal. They were 23rd in the transfer portal. But that's not where Texas makes their money. They make their money in the their recruiting. They got multiple 5-stars all over the field: cornerback, safety, defensive line, wide receiver, a plethora of 4-stars. I believe they got a couple 4-stars in the portal as well. So, they're going to be good. They're obviously going to be good. I think that defense is still going to be good. I have questions just about Texas overall because, we have seen them choke quite a bit. So I do have some questions about them, but I think that they should be able to put up a good fight against Ohio State. I just like what Ohio State's doing more, and they get to play at the shoe. So that's a huge deal. That's definitely a huge deal.
Yeah. Like I said before earlier, I said this on the pod, Nick. YouTube, please get a deal with Fox, dude. I promise you, I will freaking crash out on my end. Because here's the deal. They did this Nick, they did this with CBS. Remember that a couple months ago before March Madness?
I do remember.
But please, I don't want the $10. I want to get Fox because NFL's coming up next season. No, actually next week. I'm gonna watch the next season, bro. My bad. Next weekend. And please sign with Fox, YouTube. Please sign with Fox.
Yeah, that'd be very nice if they did that.
Because here's the deal: we're not gonna get rid of Fox. We're gonna get rid of Fox Sports and Fox News and Fox local stations, dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll crash out.
Yeah, that's valid. But the question is Texas and Ohio State preview of the national championship game. I think it could be.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the new playoff format, games are going to be a little different in the playoffs. I think Ohio State should be the favorite to go back and win because I know they lost a lot of players in the draft, but they kept a massive part of their core. They kept obviously. I think Trey's pick for Heisman is Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So the and then if we look at their defense, they still have Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs is one of, if not the best safety in college football. He might be a top 5 pick next year. He's an absolute beast, so they still have a lot of those key players from last year's title team. So I'm interested to see how that goes for sure. And then going over to Alabama, this is a huge year for Alabama as a program. This is their time to show that they can win without
Nick Saban.
Without Nick Saban. They can win not in the Saban era. That's a big deal. I think that's a huge deal. And if we look at their ranking for this year, Florida State, they had a strong transfer class, ranked 6 according to all of these rankings are 247 Sports, by the way. I just go off that. They take they rate, so it's the rating of each transfer, each player, and then they combine the average of the rating per players to make the score. So being ranked 6 is very, very good. They had a top 10 transfer class, 8 4-stars, 15 3-stars, overall ranking of 57. For an example, Texas Tech and LSU, who had the 1 and 2, LSU's ranked 70 and Texas Tech is ranked 69. So still a very, very strong transfer class, only 12-ish points behind those guys. So it's very, very strong, but it's Alabama. Alabama is a storied franchise, probably the greatest run in college football history with Nick Saban. They're 13.5-point favorites. So Vegas thinks they're going to dominate this game, and they should. They definitely should dominate this game. But we'll see. This is a huge year. This is a huge year for that program. It's a huge year for Kalen DeBoer. He had that huge year at Washington, making it all the way to the national championship game, gets the job at Alabama. This is a huge year for him as well. Moving over to my Texas Tech Red Raiders. The question, do they need to make a statement this week? Yeah. Texas Tech spent millions of dollars in the transfer portal, and it paid dividends. They were ranked 2nd overall class, the most 4-stars out of any program in all of college football, 13 4-stars. This is a huge, huge week. I don't care that it's Arkansas Pine Bluff and Friendship High School Tigers could probably beat Arkansas Pine Bluff. I don't care about that. Tech has to win this game by 30 plus points. I really wish I was kidding, but I'm not. If Tech loses this game, the season's over.
I mean, dude, you almost lost to Alabama State. Y'all almost lost to Alabama last year. No, it was ACU. I forgot whatever the school's called.
Oh yeah. This is a huge. You're ranked 23rd. It's the first time you're ranked in the preseason in like 30 years, or not 30, but it was a ridiculous amount of years, right?
Since Mike Lynch.
Yeah,
Mike Leach.
So I want to see the spread because PFF does not have the spread on here. It's got to be huge. I don't even know if you can bet on it. That's how big it is. I genuinely don't even know if you can bet on this thing. I'm not even I can't even find a spread on this. Do they think we're going to win by 500 points?
Probably, bro.
Dude, I legitimately can't find one. Hello? Okay, so I don't even think you can bet on this. Okay, here we go. No, there's no spread. There's no money line. There's no spread. You can't even bet on this game.
I'm gonna see on. Let me look on
And you
underdog.
know what that means? That means that Vegas thinks that it's free money. Every other game has a spread. This one might get betting might open like a couple days from now, a Friday or something, a day before the game. It might drop. But I just Texas Tech has to win this game huge. 40.
Yeah,
I
ESPN
think
Plus doesn't have the game. Doesn't have the bet either.
I think 30 points is a good number. I think Tech should win this game. Honestly, it should be 60. Tech should win this game like 60-3. I'm not kidding. This is a huge. If this game is 40-21, it's a failure of a game.
Yeah.
They have to win this game huge. So I'm really excited for this football season. I think Tech did. I think Coach McGuire has been a godsend for this program. I think the hires at defensive and offensive coordinator are great. Mr. Beast is literally our offensive coordinator. So that's obviously huge. Cody Campbell spent a lot of money in this program, and Coach McGuire did what he needed to do and secured all those transfers, So I need to see Baron Morton come out and throw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. And then they sit him and put Will Hammond in because they're up 40-0. I'm serious. I think that this is a great game to get a lot of the transfers going. Because if you look at Texas Tech's depth chart, a lot of the starters are transfers, right? So I'm just going to pull this up here. Reggie Virgil, he's brand spanking new. He's a starter. He's a transfer. Micah Hudson, he's a transfer. He was there last year, but he barely played. So I think, getting Reggie Virgil and Micah Hudson some early reps in this offense is huge. Coy Eakin has been there forever. They don't even need to throw him the ball once. He knows the offense. He knows what to do. I mean, I know they do have a new offensive coordinator, but tight end, Terrence Carter, John Carlos Miller III. You got the other side, the Z, Caleb Douglas. And this is a great way for this offensive line to start meshing because, they had a lot of people come in, right? They had a lot of transfers on that offensive line. And this is a great chance to see if Cameron Dickey or Jacoby Williams is going to take that spot. That was Quinion Joyner's spot for running back. He tore his ACL, praying for speed recovery for him. That sucks. But Cameron Dickey or Jacoby Williams could make a statement here and be like, I'm the starting guy. I think Jacoby Williams could be a fantastic starter, especially if that O-line can hold up. But this is a great chance for everyone to get a piece. Get Reggie Virgil going, get Micah Hudson going, get Jacoby or Cameron Dickey going. This is a great way for the offensive line to mesh. This is a great game to be like, hey, okay, so Texas Tech just ask Travis how the parking situation's going. 10,000 new freshmen, incoming freshmen. It's the largest freshman class in school history. The school is buzzing. There's a lot of buzz around the school. This is a great way to show everyone at the Jones. The Jones is going to be packed the freak out for even a game against Arkansas Pine Bluff. This is a great way to show the fans. This is a great way to show the students. This is a great way to show the boosters. This is a great way to show Cody Campbell. This is a great way to show everybody, the city of Lubbock, like this team means business. I know it's Arkansas Pine Bluff. They got to win by 60. Yeah, like SEC level vibes is what it's happening, right?
Yeah.
Like, seriously. This is a great chance to get this season off on a good foot, on a good note, a good start, right? It's going to be so jam-packed on Saturday, man. It's going to be unbelievable for Arkansas Pine Bluff. It's going to be so jam-packed, right? So I think Tech, like I told you, I genuinely think if we don't win by 40 plus points, 50 plus points, 60-3, it's a bad game. Yeah. I wish I was kidding. I need to see the offense, moving the ball up and down the field with ease. I need to see that defense stopping with ease. They got to make a big time statement. That stadium pulse on Saturday is going to be crazy. I feel so bad for Arkansas Pine Bluff because as soon as that B-2 stealth bomber flies over during the national anthem, man, that stadium, it's gonna sound like Penn State whiteout. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be crazy because there's just so many new students. This team is definitely the most hyped team. Like we just talked about, it's the first Texas Tech team that's been ranked in the preseason top 25 AP since Mike Leach. It's a long time ago, right?
Man, he's dead too. God rest his soul.
Rest in peace to Mike Leach. But like this season should be dedicated to him because he was the last time Texas Tech was a notable, respected football program, right? And I think Coach McGuire is trying to do his best to turn that around. And this season, the Big 12 is up for grabs, right?
Yeah.
Texas is gone. I don't think Arizona State it got very good. I mean, I watched Iowa State and Kansas State play a couple days ago, and neither of them looked great. And a lot of sports pundits think that they're going to win the Big 12 this year. The Big 12 is up for grabs, and I think Tech could take it by the horns, no pun intended, and just own the Big 12 for years and years to come. But it all starts right here. It all starts against Arkansas Pine Bluff of all teams. This is the chance.
Who's winning? Who's winning the Big 12? What sports pundit?
Well, I've just ESPN. I saw picks from people that said Arizona State. I saw Kansas State. I think ESPN has Kansas State said they were going to win the Big 12, most likely to. Iowa State is a favorite too. They were a great team last year until they kind of fell off the rails towards the end. Arizona State's the defending champs. So a lot of people think they're going to. I have not really seen anyone say that Tech will win the Big 12.
Chris Fowler has. He said on his podcast.
Yeah, it's like
Chris Fowler's he knows he covers it too. So
this is a big deal. This is a super big deal. I think that Tech should dominate this. I mean, obviously they should dominate, but I'm talking next level domination. I want to see how prepared these guys are to play the season because Coach McGuire. I hope Coach McGuire has all these guys ready and I don't care that it's Arkansas Pine Bluff. They should be walking out on that field like they're playing Texas, right? And a huge okay. Hey, here's the thing. Here's the one thing that I think that Tech can really separate themselves with this year in the Big 12, and it's their defense. And Shield Wood is the defensive coordinator, right? He was the new offensive coordinator. They have 4 stars all over the field on defense. They have all Big 12 player in Jacob Rodriguez still there. They have loaded defensive line. They have 4-star corners, 4-star safeties, linebacker. I mean, like this is a chance for Tech to say, hey, I know it's the Big 12, but we can play defense. And it's up to Shield Wood to have these guys ready to go. So I'm very interested to see how this season goes. And yeah, like Patrick Mahomes didn't win the Big 12 at Texas Tech. Texas Tech defense also couldn't stop my nephew from scoring like 5 touchdowns on the ground. And that's the big difference here is this defense is loaded with talent. And I think that this team can control both sides of the ball at the line of scrimmage with that D-line and that O-line, and I want to see that. This is the Big 12. It's a lot softer than the SEC. It's softer than the Big 10. And they have a chance to be that tough, smash-mouth, hard-nosed football team of the Big 12 and just be a big bully. Tech could be the bully of the Big 12. They really could. I didn't see no bully in Iowa State or Kansas State. I know it was the first game, but neither of them looked very bullyish. They kind of looked like two nerds just duking it out, 6 fumbles or something like that. They didn't look neither team looked impressive to me. So this is a big chance. And I think that the statement has to be huge. So yeah, sorry. Don't get me going on Texas Tech. I'm so excited for this season. We're going to move on though. I'm taking up too much time. And the last college football topic here, Bill Belichick will be making his debut Monday, 7 p.m. against TCU. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal for the Tar Heels. What is it? They have like 60 new players from
Yeah,
recruiting in the transfer.
yeah.
They have a new team. It's an entire new team. I'm very interested to see. I think North Carolina will be good this year. I think they could sneak into that, top 25, lower end of top 25 for sure. TCU is favored by 3.5. I want to pull up this here real quickly.
And they're doing Hard Knocks too on Hulu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen a couple clips of training camp. Looks like it's been okay. So TCU has is the 53rd ranked transfer portal class and the 24th composite rank, and so it's an overall 33rd. The composites the just the normal recruits that are coming in, freshmen. So compare that to North Carolina, and I can already tell you that North Carolina had a much better year than that. And I know this doesn't mean everything because there's a lot of people staying or going. Well, North Carolina pretty much has a new team. They were the 9th ranked transfer class and the 36th ranked composite, and so the overall of 29. They had tons of transfers. They had 29. They had 29 recruits and 41 transfers. So 70
That's
brand
crazy,
new players on this team. Whew, man, a lot of people got on that train on the bus to get over to Bill Belichick. That is ridiculous.
And one guy
I
from
don't know.
one guy from PD signed for North Carolina.
Yeah, it's just
That was West Point. My bad. West Point.
that is crazy, and I think it might take him a little time to get going because just there's so many new players. It might take him a little time to mesh, but if anyone's going to make these kids mesh, it's going to be Bill Belichick.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. It's definitely a big test for him. I think it's his biggest test in his football career that I can remember because he's been a Super Bowl champ for so long and considered the best coach for so long. There's been no real, there's the little, well, he can't win without Tom Brady thing. Yeah, he had Mac Jones, so a lot of people didn't really kill him too much for that, and he took Mac Jones to the playoffs.
he also had
this
Cam
is
Newton.
okay. Cam Newton was like 75 years old and just completely awful. So
Tim Tebow.
okay, bro. It's definitely
Tebow.
going to be his biggest test moving forward. I think that's going to be really interesting to see how he's able to do. So one more thing, I guess, college football wise, Tim Tebow is voted the best college player of all time. Cool. That's great. He was great in college. All right. That's great. He went to the NFL and did nothing. So, I mean, good for him. He's a good guy. He didn't pan out in the NFL.
Unless you're Skip, he's the best football player.
Okay, well, Skip Bayless thinks Tim Tebow is the greatest of all time because of an 11-game stretch where he was pretty good.
Yeah, that was funny.
So,
that stupid song, man. I can remember it.
I don't know. I don't know about all that, but
all I can do is win. Oh,
yeah. Hey, good for Tim Tebow, man. That's awesome. Going over to the NFL, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged. I truly just couldn't care less. Congratulations on them. For them, that's awesome. It's huge news for people without jobs. So, that's really cool. That's super cool for them. Hopefully, Travis Kelce. I don't know who has Travis Kelce in our fantasy league. Let me check real quick. Actually,
I think it's me.
Is it you? Why did you draft him? I'm praying for you, man, because I really hope that
you got Mahomes, bro.
Steps up. Yeah, I got him in the 9th round.
Dude, when you drafted him, bro,
you drafted him in your first.
When you drafted Mahomes, bro, I almost cried.
Bro, you do have Travis Kelce. You drafted Joe Burrow, bro. It's not my fault.
I almost cried.
Amisha's hyped that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged.
Bro, here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal. I can't stand it, bro. I can't stand it either. I'm not surprised by it. Here's the deal, okay? Number one, Carrie Underwood's better than her. I don't care what you say. Okay. So,
okay.
Here's the deal. I don't give a crap if you're falling just because of Taylor Swift And quit watching football, dude, because you don't know jack about it. Mahomes is literally the face of the Chiefs, not Taylor Swift. So those out there saying, "Oh, she's the best, she's this and that over Mahomes," you're an actual idiot. And guess what? Jerry Jones will find a way to get the hell on his back.
Okay, bro. All right.
He's gonna do it. I know him.
That's great for them. I hope Travis Kelce. He said he had a better offseason than he's had in a long time. He's in better shape than he's been in a long time. The Chiefs' offense should be better. Rashee Rice is there. His suspension is looming, but it doesn't look like it will be anytime soon. So if it happens, it'll be towards the second half of the season, so the Chiefs can have a chance to rack up some wins and get that offense going. Hollywood Brown may or may not play. He's kind of a question mark health wise. Xavier Worthy should have a big year. If Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy can both stay healthy, that offense is a lot more vertical, is much more of a vertical threat than they have been in the last couple of years, which opens up a lot of the middle space that Travis Kelce likes to work. Travis Kelce's a killer on those middle of the field routes, the seam routes, things of that nature. So if they can stay healthy, get the top off the defense, pull the safeties up, that gives Travis Kelce a lot of room.
Yeah.
He has a chance to have a big rebound year, right? 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. He could get back to something like that because he is a big red zone threat. I would like to see that for him. I think that'd be great for the Chiefs. That'd be great for Travis Kelce. That'd be great for you as a Travis Kelce owner in fantasy football. That'd be great, right? So,
and his podcast too. And his podcast too. We have like a heck of a lot of subscribers now and views.
Yeah, definitely. Carrie Underwood didn't make 1989. I'm so for real right now. I can't name a singular Taylor Swift song. I can't name one.
Neither can I.
I genuinely can't.
I've heard this. I know I can hear the songs, but I don't know their names.
Did she do what's that song? Oh man, I'm not even gonna try to guess. Hold on, I'm gonna pull her up on Spotify real quick. No, I genuinely can't. I genuinely don't know a singular Taylor Swift song. I cannot name one off the top of my head. And you want to know how I thought that? What's that? I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. That's definitely not Taylor Swift. Who is that?
That's Taylor Swift.
Is it?
Yeah.
22. I can name 22. There you go. Boom. Nice. I can name one. 22.
Yeah, I don't know
that's all. Yeah. I don't listen to Taylor Swift. But congrats on them. Travis Kelce, you need to have a big bounce back year, right? So
please,
dude, I'm sorry, guys. I don't listen to Taylor Swift. You can project that onto me all you want, but I cannot listen. I don't listen to Taylor Swift. So I genuinely don't know. I don't know if I've willingly listened to one of her songs, like of my own accord. I don't think I have. So that being said, we're going to move on to some actual football news. Terry McLaurin, Nick's just saying this for the pod. None of you guys can prove that I listen to Taylor Swift. I got to show Zach's big muscles. Yeah, you can't put pictures in YouTube comments. I mean, you never have been able to. So I don't know why you would think you can now, but I'm a performative male in secret. Yeah, bro. I love matcha and I love Claro and I love feminist literature. Moving on to some actual football news. Terry McLaurin finally gets his contract extension from the Commanders. I believe it was a pretty good contract. I think it was 3 years, $96 million, I believe.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Terry McLaurin contract. He got, it's a 3-year, $96 million deal. I'm locked in. I'm so locked in. This
I got him too in my draft too.
Yeah, this is a big deal. This is the Commanders' number one wide receiver. This is a huge deal. He's a huge vertical threat. He's a huge touchdown threat. He is a big deal. Him and Jaden Daniels had an instant connection. I mean, Terry had what? He had how many touchdowns last year? I'm going to pull it up here. He had a fantastic year. He had 13 touchdowns last year. He's only about 1,096 yards. That was a run-first team for the most part, but he was a huge touchdown threat, 13 touchdowns. It's a huge deal. Huge, huge deal for them. I think the Commanders are extremely scary in the long run. As long as Jaden Daniels is under center, they're scary. I think
Yeah.
he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I think he will be the best quarterback in the NFC very soon. I think there's a couple guys in the NFC I like more than him right now. Matthew Stafford and okay, it's just Matthew Stafford. Yeah, no,
Jared
I don't.
Goff?
I like Jaden Daniels more than like Jared Goff.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm missing somebody. No,
Caleb
Aaron Rodgers is
Williams?
gone. No, I like right now. I like Jaden more than Caleb.
Yeah. Brock Purdy better? No, he's
Uh,
not.
if Jaden Daniels was on that Niners team 2 years ago, you guys would have a banner hanging in the rafters. Nada, we almost did it. Yeah, I'm definitely not missing Brock Purdy. Don't worry. I think no. It's okay. I just like Matthew Stafford more than Jaden Daniels. He's the only one I like more in the NFC, and he's getting older. And Jaden Daniels is 25 years old. So, yeah, the Commanders are terrifying long term. I really think so. Yeah, I know you like second place. Second place isn't bad. It's fine. It's definitely fine. When you have that level of a team, though, with Brock Purdy making
CMC.
$25 an hour, kind of missed the window there because you pay Brock now. You lose a lot of pieces. Trent Williams isn't getting any younger. CMC isn't getting any younger. See, Mike wanted to say something. Brandon Ayuk's a question mark after his injury.
Yeah, you hate to say.
You
hate to say no more, man.
like Fred Warner is still great. Nick Bosa is still great.
That's all they got. They lost Greenlaw. They lost the guy for the other one.
They lost
too.
Greenlaw. They lost Hufunga. And Brock, like, I'm just not sold on Brock Purdy, man. I really am not. We saw what it looked like when he doesn't have the best team in the NFL last year, and it didn't look good. Yeah,
Ayuk just washed up.
Ayuk, we don't know what he's going to be after his injury. Like he was, yeah, like.
Oh, okay, he's out. Yeah, I know he's out.
I mean, when are they even expecting him back? I don't know because he's on the pup list right now. I don't know. Like your number one receiver right now is Ricky Pearsall, who has a lot of heart and will take a bullet for your team. But I don't know if like he should be good. There's been a lot of news coming out of training camp, Niners training camp, that he's been great. That's good. Do I think that Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall is gonna be the reason that the Niners are back in the Super Bowl?
No,
I don't think so. So Matthew Stafford, number one in the NFC. It's close, but I'm doing it out of respect for what I've seen him do. Jaden Daniels, too. And I think Jaden Daniels could be the best quarterback in the NFC by the end of the year. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. So long story short, the Commanders are terrifying long term. And it's terrifying because I don't know if the Cowboys will win this division again for quite a long time. If the Eagles fall off, that means the Commanders are right there. And
the Eagles lost. I didn't know this too. The Eagles lost defensive.
They lost a bunch of defensive players. I get that. Their offense is still explosive.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, is Jalen Hurts the best thrower of the ball ever? No. He's a great leader, and he can throw a solid deep ball. And when you have Saquon Barkley softening, you have to put 7 in the box, or he's going to run for 5,000 yards. Yeah. So that leads 1v1s with AJ Brown, who's one of the best vertical threats in the NFL. Devontae Smith, who is a stud route runner, and you still have Saquon Barkley. It's just so you have the Eagles, who will be good. Howie Roseman is just a wizard of a GM, unlike somebody I know who's old, decrepit, stupid, and ugly. And then you have the Commanders, who have, I think, an incredible head coach in Dan Quinn, who would be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys if that very stupid, old, ugly man actually wasn't an idiot for 5 seconds. They have Jaden Daniels, who I think is the best quarterback in the division, and they have an owner and GM who are trying their best to give this young guy weapons.
And also have Magic Johnson too.
Yeah, I mean, That's pretty cool. Like I know Debo's not what he used to be, but getting him's proving like, hey, we're actually trying, right? We're actually
Yeah.
trying to get this kid weapons. They locked up Terry for the remainder of his career. I think he's 30. He's already 30 years old. And let me see.
Dang,
He's
30
20.
years
He's
old.
29. He's 29. His birthday's in 3 weeks.
He
He
looks
turns
younger.
30 in 3 weeks. So he's probably going to be there the remainder of his prime. He'll be there. 3 years, he'll be 32, 33. He's going to be there the remainder of his prime, right? So that team's terrifying. I think they're scary. I don't think the Cowboys are going to win this division for a long time. I really can't see it unless something horrible happens to Jaden Daniels, which I really hope not, because I love the kid. I love his game. He's incredible. But yeah, that's a big deal. And moving on to those stupid, nasty Cowboys. So far, Micah is still not signed, and now we have reports coming out of sources saying that the Packers are making serious pushes for Micah Parsons. According to one report by Sean Wright, don't even know how legit this guy is, but I did some research. It seems like he's not a troll. Okay, so he's not like Adam Scheffler, not Scotty Scheffler, Adam Schefter, but he's not like Sentinel, NBA Sentinel. Okay, so he does have some kind of actual sources, and he said that the Green Bay Packers have held exploratory trade talks with the Dallas Cowboys, centering on star rusher Micah Parsons. Newly appointed president Ed Policy, that's a crazy name, Ed Policy, is said to be eager to begin his tenure in Green Bay with a major splash. And then a tweet earlier, so that was August 20th, and then a tweet earlier today, or I guess yesterday, the 26th. Talks between the Packers and Cowboys regarding Micah Parsons have intensified per sources. Buzz out of Green Bay is that the Packers are motivated to finalize a deal before the week is over. Okay, so I don't know how legit that is. That could be completely wrong, or Micah could be a Packer in 3 days. And if Micah's a Packer, I have a much different thought on the Packers moving forward.
What about the Cowboys?
If Micah Hudson is a Green Bay Packer, or Micah Hudson, wrong. I'm so excited for Tech football. Sorry, guys. If Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer before the end of the week, which would be the Saturday the 30th, before if Micah Parsons is a Packer before Texas Tech versus Arkansas Pine Bluff kicks off, I'm going to do something that's probably not legal.
Would you go to that game you told me about? Would you go to that game?
No, I would not. I'm kidding, by the way. Any police officers, FBI agents, CIA agents watching this, I don't do illegal things. My record's clean. You can background check me if you want. I will think about doing something illegal, because to lose your best player to a team that has owned you for 15 years and has ripped your heart out 3 times that I can think of off the top of my head, including last time you were in the playoffs, by the way. I will personally go to Dallas and have a very, very heated argument with Jerry Jones. I don't even know who they could get in return.
Oh no, you
like
Jordan Love?
They're not going to trade Jordan Love.
Yeah, no, they're not. I wish you would.
Josh
Jacobs?
Maybe Josh Jacobs. And so it needs to be, here's a trade that if we got back from, I'm not even going to say we, I hate that, because I hate the Cowboys. If there was a trade that the Cowboys got back that actually didn't just suck, this is what it would be. Josh Jacobs, Matthew Golden, and like 4 first-round picks.
So kind of like what they did when they traded Herschel Walker.
Yeah, if they got something like that, or 2 to 3 first round picks, 2 seconds, 3 first round picks, 1 second, 4 first round picks, 1 player. If they did something like that, I wouldn't be like, okay, that's horrible. If it's anything less than that, if you're giving the Packers one of the best defensive players in the league, a lot of people say top 3, a lot of people say top 5. Some people think he's the best when he's on. And you don't get something in return that's going to change your franchise's future, you've just completely failed. So, like I said, I have no idea how legit that is. I did hear before that the Packers were one of the teams interested in Micah.
Dude, that would be
If that
crazy,
happens,
bro. Oh my god.
I picked the Lions to win that division closely followed by the Bears and Packers.
I picked
The
Green Bay.
Packers get Micah Parsons. They could win the NFC.
Yeah. Man.
What have they been missing? Because Jordan Love is a young budding star of a quarterback. I feel like they have decent weapons. They drafted Matthew Golden. They have Jaden Reed. They have Christian Watson. They have Josh Jacobs. They have a pretty solid O-line. The one thing they've been missing is a pass rusher. Like they really haven't had a great pass rusher in a while, right?
Since Clay Matthews, I think.
They tried to get.
I think since Reggie White.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Like that would change everything. That really would change everything, and I would definitely have to redo my picks for that division. For the NFC North, I would have to really redo that. Because and maybe my NFC pick, because Micah Parsons would change the Green Bay Packers' lives. Like, okay, so that being said, I have no clue.
What would you do if Philly got them?
If Philly got Micah Parsons?
Yeah.
Who do we get? Saquon and Saquon, Cooper DeJean, and 2 first-round picks, and I'll be okay. I'd be okay with that.
About Washington?
No, absolutely not.
Dude,
Micah Parsons shouldn't go to anywhere in the division. Unless it's the Giants and they want to just swap Micah with Dexter Lawrence. That's fine.
Or Abdul Carter.
I want Dexter Lawrence. Abdul Carter is great, but he is a rookie. I'd want Dexter Lawrence in a trade like that. But no, he shouldn't go to anywhere in the division. I don't think he should go anywhere in the conference. But if the Packers have a trade that stupid old freaking loser can't say no to, then yeah, so be it. I really don't want to talk about the doc.
Dude, it's so good. Bro, did you know that Michael Irvin was involved with cocaine? And he got
I'm not surprised.
But on top of that,
he was a freak.
And then Charles Haley, though, he was crazy too. He peed on the guy's desk and he threw a helmet at Jerry Jones. And then here's the deal about documentary too I was getting to. I told Travis and whoever's in the chat. I said it's not because of Jerry Jones and Jimmy Dawson got fired, the dynasty was over. It was after when Michael Irvin got those accusations towards him, when it kind of fell off the cliff. So it had something to do with it too. And then Jimmy Johnson didn't want Emmitt Smith back. He didn't want Emmitt back. He said trade Emmitt. He doesn't want to get signed, trade him. And Jerry said, what? So yeah. But yeah, the doc is good, bro. You gotta watch it, bro. I know you didn't want to watch it, but dude,
I don't.
You have to, man. I recommend it, bro. I recommend it.
I'm not gonna watch it, but
if you're a sports fan, bro, you gotta watch it.
I probably won't be watching it. So I looked up. I just wanted to do this real quickly. I did type in Micah Parsons trade rumors, and all of them are talking about the Packers. So I guess this is serious. Man, if you just give Micah Parsons to the Packers, that's just so bad. That's so bad.
Would you watch the first game?
No, I wouldn't watch any of the games. We'll see what happens. Well, I mean, and there's reports to a lot of teams have made offers. The Rams, the Bills, and the Packers are the teams that have made offers.
Who would he get from the Bills?
Josh Allen. I'm kidding. They
Okay.
wouldn't trade Josh Allen for anybody. Man, I don't know. Damar Hamlin. I don't know.
Dude, he's gonna die on the field.
It's not funny, bro.
It's true. He's gonna die on the field. Jerry might kill him, bro. Jerry might kill him. I know. That's messed up to say, but he's gonna kill him, bro.
So
I think City might kill him too.
okay. So the Bills, I don't even know. Hamlin for Parsons and 2 first rounders. Okay. Okay. So I think the team that could make the best trade is probably the Rams if they included Jared Verse in that trade. Get a young pass rusher back. That would be a very, Jared Verse and a couple of first rounders, I think, could be good. The Bills, I genuinely have no clue who they would trade, like who they'd put in that trade. Probably a ton of picks. And the Packers, like I said, I think, I think the Cowboys would want a young budding superstar or star back plus first rounders. Okay, here's the thing about Jerry Jones. He's a freaking liar. Okay. So he said that he'd write a check so big to win a Super Bowl, and he has to write a check to get his best player back on his team, and he's not doing it. So he's a liar, right? He's just a liar and a deceitful, old, hateful man, right? So he said in his stupid bumpkin accent that it would take a Herschel Walker level trade to trade Micah. Me knowing that he's a perpetual liar, right? Knowing he's a perpetual liar, he's probably lying. It would not take a Herschel Walker level trade. I don't know who he said that to.
Michael Irvin?
And then he said the stupid thing about, I don't even want to talk about it. And then whatever. I don't even want to think about this old man anymore. What I'm just trying to say is that he probably would accept a trade less than the Herschel Walker trade because he's a liar. So that being said, we're gonna move on to other things in the NFL. If you had to make one, actually after this, we'll do top 10 receivers. Then we'll briefly talk about the FedEx Cup because I do want to touch on that and the Ryder Cup as well. What's your bold prediction for the NFL this year? If you could make one bold prediction, whether it's a team, a player, a Super Bowl champ, anything like that.
Okay. I really do believe this right now. I think that Lamar Jackson will win a chip, man. I think this is the year. I still have Mahomes winning it, but I know Mahomes might have. They say he might have a fall off year.
Yeah,
but I think Lamar will get it done this year. As a player and now as a team overall, I think the Eagles will make it. Probably have divisional round and get bounced out.
Wow. All right. Travis, thanks for joining us, man. Have a good night. Have fun at class tomorrow. Hopefully you find parking. So I picked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. So I don't think that that's crazy. I think the Eagles getting bounced out in the divisional round would be a very bad season for them, right? Because when they lost they lose
to Tampa Bay.
To Tampa Bay, right? Was it Tampa Bay?
Yeah, they got in the divisional round.
In the divisional round, 2 years ago, they lost to Baker.
Yeah.
Okay. So they go to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs and lose. Then they have a horrible season the next year. Just absolutely craziness. Get bounced. Win the Super Bowl. So they're trying their best to not repeat what happened in 2023, where they had that horrible season, right? That would be bad. So for me, my bold prediction is that Jaden Daniels wins the MVP. I think that that's a hugely bold prediction. I don't even know if I believe it, but I'm just going to go for it. I also think that Mahomes could win the MVP this year as well. That'd be huge for my fantasy team. He is my quarterback in fantasy. That means that now, so when you're on my team in fantasy, you're like my family, right? I treat you like my family. I love you like you're my family. Jamar Chase was my favorite player all of last year. Josh Allen was too. When you're on my fantasy team, it's like a close knit, tight, loving family. So I will be rooting for Patrick Mahomes to do extremely well. I think he could win the MVP if that offense, if Rashee Rice can just Uber everywhere, never drive his own car. If he just Ubers everywhere or has a professional driver drive him so that he's not going 900 miles per hour on a Dallas highway, they could maybe do something pretty good, right? Rashee Rice. Also, Mahomes not tackling his own wide receiver in the knee after he threw a horrible interception and in turn tearing his ACL would also be ideal. So if Mahomes can not tackle any of his own players and tear their ACL,
and I have 28 touchdowns too.
yeah,
That's
and
bad.
Rashee Rice can stay out of the driver's seat of a vehicle, specifically a sports car that's very fast, they could do something. And if Travis Kelce could stay off the little Debbies, right, and not like fly to every single Taylor Swift concert, that'd be really cool too, right? So with a lot of teams, there's formulas to win. What's the Ravens' formula to win? Run the ball. Run the ball,
Mhm.
run the ball, find your identity, run the ball. What's the Bills? Defense hold up. I need one or two, skill position guys, the tight end, Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid, the other tight end, Dawson Knox, I think his name is, make a play. Josh Allen, do your thing, right?
Yeah.
What's the Eagles? Run the ball, play action, deep ball, touchdown, and insane defense. The Chiefs' success is nothing to do with on the field. They just need Rashee Rice to not drive his car 200 miles an hour. They need Travis Kelce to actually care about football. And they need Mahomes, I guess this is the only one that is football, to not tackle his wide receiver and take his wide receiver knees up. And they can be good.
And I have
I,
11 interceptions too.
11 interceptions is fine. 38 plus touchdowns with those 11 interceptions. That's what he needs to do. If he wants to throw 11 picks, throw 11 picks. But you better have 35 plus touchdowns. I think a good season for Mose will be 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, 37 touchdowns, 10-ish interceptions. That'd be a very good year. Big bounce back. I think Mahomes wants to throw for 40 plus touchdowns again. And I hope he does because he's on my fantasy team. That'd be really, really good for me. So hopefully that happens. And then for the team, I think the Commanders making the Super Bowl, it would be mine too, because that's my picks, right? I do think that we could see a very good season from the Chargers. Trey is just convinced that Jim Harbaugh is going to get assassinated by the NFL. I don't see that happening. I don't see him getting suspended, but they could have a big season. And my AFC team and then NFC team, I think, could have a sleeper good season is the Giants. I think the Giants could have a very good season. They might have the best defensive line in football. And we know defensive lines win games, right?
Yeah. I got another one too.
Hmm.
The Cowboys, man. I think they're gonna get something. They're gonna. Nick, why'd you leave? Nick, I was gonna get somewhere. Nick left his. I was getting some of the Cowboys, and the Cowboys will make it. Cowboys won't make it to the playoffs this year, bro. It's probably like 6-10. I don't think 8-9 is even realistic for the Cowboys. 6-10 for the Cowboys is the best season for them this year. They're gonna tank and get Archie. They're gonna tank and get Jeremiah Smith, hopefully, or Ryan Williams, or even go get a free agent for once, bro, in your life.
The best season for the Cowboys would be a 3-win season, and they can get a fantastic player. Jeremiah Smith wouldn't come out next year; he'd come out the year after. I don't think Archie Manning is just like a revolution. I honestly am still so. I have a huge question mark on Archie. I've never seen him play a good team.
Who, Archie?
Yeah, like, and we obviously get to see him play a good team in a couple days, right? So that's going to be super exciting. But I've never seen him under pressure. When he started for Quinn Ewers while he was hurt, he wasn't playing against great teams. When they would bring him in, it was all run plays. I want to see how he actually plays. I don't think he's an Andrew Luck level, prospect. I don't.
Yeah, I
And
get that.
he could be, but I need to see it first. But like I was saying, the best outcome for the Cowboys is to lose as much as possible, have a big pick. And if they do move on from Micah, it's time to move on from Dak.
Yeah, I agree.
It's time to move on from Dak. If it's time to move on from Micah Parsons, it's time to move on from Dak Prescott. Do I think Dak Prescott sucks? No. I actually think he's
I
pretty
think he
good.
sucks.
He doesn't suck.
He
He's
sucks.
pretty good. I think
I
he's
can't.
around
It's
the
hard. It's hard. It's hard to root for him, bro.
he's
It's just
around
hard.
the 12th best quarterback in the NFL. Last time he was healthy, he should have won the MVP. 2 years
Yeah, I
ago,
agree.
he should have been him over Lamar. I think he got robbed. I think Lamar got robbed. I think Lamar should have won it last year over Josh Allen. But what happened was everyone was like, well, he shouldn't have won the one before when it was Dak, so let's give it to Josh. I think Josh had a great year, by the way. But we've seen Dak have seasons like be second team all NFL, like all pro, second team all pro, not all NFL, all pro. Pretty big deal, right? That means everyone thought he was the second best quarterback that year. So he's a good player. I don't think we'll ever see Brock Purdy that close to an MVP. I'm so sorry. I keep throwing strays at him. I don't think we'll see Jalen Hurts that close to an MVP. Like, I think Dak is a very good quarterback. I think he's above average. I think he's around the 12 mark. If I were to do my top 10 quarterbacks, I'm going to do it in order. We're going to do top 10 quarterbacks in order right now off my dome piece. Patrick Mahomes. I like Josh more than Lamar. Lamar, Burrow. I know a lot of people like Burrow more than Lamar. He has weapons out his booty cheeks, and he missed the playoffs last year. So I'm going to say that I think Burrow could be better than Lamar, but I'm going to go Burrow. I'm going to go Burrow 4. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. And now this is where it gets tricky, right? 5 and on gets tricky. I'm a super Jaden Daniels glazer. I'm going to go Jaden Daniels 5. Probably way too high, but no one below him I'd rather have on my team going forward than the people. Only the 4 guys above him I'd rather have on my team going forward than Jaden Daniels. So I'm going to go Jaden Daniels 5, Matthew Stafford 6. This is also where it gets pretty jumbly. I really like Baker. I don't know if I want to go Baker 7. He's definitely top 10. I don't know if I want to go 7. I'm going to go Justin Herbert 7. I'm going to go Baker 8. I think Baker's a stud. And he proved it last year. 41 touchdowns, 4,500 plus yards. I think he had 4,500 yards on the dot, actually. Baker. I'm going to throw respect out to Jared Goff for what he's been able to do. Jared Goff 9. And then 10, CJ Stroud. I'm going to put CJ Stroud at 10. So that's my top 10 quarterbacks off my dome piece. Okay. And I think Dak is right. I think Jordan Love would probably be 11, and then I put Dak 12. I don't think I'm missing anybody. I know we kind of talked about this a couple of days ago because you were trying to tell me that Justin Herbert sucks. So
I put Jordan Love ahead of Justin Herbert.
I mean, he's really done nothing to prove that other than like beat bad teams in the playoffs. No, I didn't miss anybody. That's my top.
I mean, here's the deal: if because the Niners that year in 2023. If you remember, same thing happened with against Niners against Detroit. Lucky place happened with the Niners. So like, and plus the penalties were all stupid. All because of one field goal. Because of one field goal, it was lucky field goal, and because of a penalty that happened in 2023, Packers could have beaten that team. They had them. They had Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
and then freaking had
and
a
then
lucky
Jordan
play.
Love threw a horrible interception.
Yeah, it was a pass interference, but
it was a horrible interception. He threw a horrible ball across the field, across his body. 45 seconds left, 2 timeouts. It was 21-24. All he needed was a field goal. and he threw a pretty bad pass that ended their season. So I think Jordan Love has not proved that he's top 10. I think that Jaden Daniels is probably too high, but there's none of the guys below him I'd pick over him. None of them. I'm not picking any of those guys under him, below him. Even though I said Matthew Stafford's the best quarterback in the NFC, I have Jaden. My top 10 is also based on potential and youth as well. Matthew Stafford is on the tail end of his career, and Jaden Daniels is literally in his second year. So that's my top 10 quarterbacks. I don't even know how we got there. Oh, we were talking about Dak. My bold prediction for this NFL season is the Cowboys are going to suck. It's not a bold prediction. It's just a normal one. Real quickly here, we're going to talk some other stuff here. So CBS, I did see this. CBS did rank LeBron the best basketball player in the 21st century. I think they had Steph 2, right? Wasn't it Steph at 2?
Yeah, that's baloney, bro.
CBS. Okay, so the 21st.
No, they had. Yeah, let me see. I think so.
Here we go. Yeah, so it was LeBron, Steph, Tim Duncan, Nikola Jokic, Shaq, Kobe.
Man, that's
Giannis, KD, Kevin Garnett, Dirk to round out the top 10. Okay.
Kevin Garnett over Giannis?
So LeBron's the best player of the 21st century. That's
I can
pretty
agree with
obvious.
that.
I don't know how Steph is over Tim Duncan and Kobe.
Or even Shaq. Yeah, I don't understand, bro. You know how, like I said before, I blame Kevin Durant for this stuff. Because like KD, even Isaiah Thomas told Draymond Green this too on his podcast. KD saved his legacies, bro. Here's the deal. LeBron would have three-peated, bro. He would have three-peated. The debate would have been over a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't get Steph over Tim Duncan or Kobe or Shaq.
And Timmy D is
Jokic over Shaq and Kobe?
Yeah, it's baloney, bro.
Okay, so here's the thing. Steph Curry's a very good basketball player. His first ring, he went up against the Cavs. Kevin Love was out that entire finals, and Kyrie's knee exploded game 1. Okay, he didn't even win Finals MVP. Did he get robbed? Probably. They gave it to Iggy. 2016, he was awful in the finals. Literally put up stinkers after being up 3-1. LeBron beat him so bad that he and Draymond flew from the Bay Area to the Hamptons to recruit Kevin Durant to save them from LeBron. So then they have the greatest team of all time. I'm getting to the Miami team in a little bit. If you want to compare the Miami team to the team Steph Curry made with KD, it's not even remotely close. The Steph Curry KD Warriors is 40 times better of a team than Miami Heat team was. I mean, we can just go band for band on that if you want to, but he does that. Steph Curry says, KD, here is my team. I give it to you. KD then, wins 2 Finals MVPs in a row against, in 2017, it was LeBron and Kyrie. And then in 2018, it was just LeBron and Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith. That's cool. That's great. That team was loaded top to bottom. Starting lineup of Steph, Clay, KD, Draymond, and Kevon Looney. I mean, it could be Trey's dog at the 5, and they're still winning that.
Yeah, girl.
So the difference between what happened there and what happened in Miami is the Miami team. Did LeBron make that? Okay, so here's the thing. Here's why that argument makes no sense. So LeBron went to where, so LeBron was begging the Cavaliers to do something. His owner wouldn't trade the 15th best player on that team for Amari Stoudemire. LeBron gave them 8 years to try to do something, and they proved that they could do nothing. So LeBron said,
all they got was a 38-year-old Shaq who was coming off an Achilles injury.
Horrible. Okay, Shaq was horrible. Why would Steph leave? They got him everything he's ever wanted. They drafted Clay. They drafted Draymond. They got him KD. They got him Iggy. They got him a better coach in Steve Kerr. Why would he leave? That makes no sense. LeBron tried to stay loyal, but the Cavs proved they couldn't do anything. Kobe did request a trade. Let's not pretend like that didn't happen. He requested a trade, and the Lakers responded by giving him Pau Gasol. He wanted to go. He wanted to go to Chicago.
Yeah, he was out. He told Stephen A. Smith on 2007 and Stuart Scott and Wilbon, "Hey, I want out of LA."
He wants out. So I'm not going to pretend like that didn't happen. Steph has had no reason to leave. LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh teamed together. Sure, D Wade was very good in 2011. He was pretty good in 2012. He aged out in 2013 and 2014. Chris Bosh was a solid player. That team was nowhere nearly as good as the KD Warriors, not even remotely close. Not even remotely close at all to as good as that one. The bench was also very bad in 2011. There was no shooting. What did they do? They improved, got Shane Battier. They got some more shooters, Mike Miller. They got better, and then they won 2 in a row. And then 2014, they played against the white hot Spurs, and LeBron was fantastic, and D Wade was pretty much done. And then a couple of years later, Chris Bosh retired because of blood clots. So that being said, LeBron is definitely the best player in the 21st century. I think he's the best player of all time.
A tie.
It's not a tie. Trey's being weird. I don't think
I got more games.
You don't have to watch any more games.
I got
you don't have to. You're being weird. Steph has had a fantastic career. I think I have him 9th all time, 9 or 10. I think I have him 9. Around there. 9 or 10. He's had a fantastic career. Is he better than Tim Duncan?
No.
Is he better than Kobe?
No.
Is he better than Shaq?
No.
Okay, so there you go. He's one of the 10 greatest players ever, but he's not better than those guys. So that and also Jokic over Shaq and Kobe too is very, very strange. Let's talk about how LeBron made Kevin Love and Kyrie worse when he was on the team there. So that is really confusing to me. Kyrie has never had success outside of being under LeBron, and then a couple years later, he left. He completely burnt. So he burnt the Celtics down. Then he goes to New York. He can't stay on the court. He goes through all this drama and nonsense, and then he ends up going to Dallas, literally saying that he wishes he was smarter and not stupid and would have been better and would have stayed with LeBron. He matures, and then he finally is able to be a part of a very, very good team in that Dallas Mavericks team that went to the finals. Kevin Love went from a horrible team where he was the only guy on that team, on the Timberwolves, that could do anything, to the 3rd best player on a team. When you do that, you're obviously going to lose a lot of points and rebounds because your role's not as big. Mm-hmm. That's just kind of how it goes. So, yeah, because he was the number 1 option. He was the number 1 option on the Timberwolves. He was all the Timberwolves had. And then he goes to where now he's the 3rd option because LeBron and Kyrie were the 1 and 2. Your numbers are just going to fall off. That's just how it goes. That's literally just basketball. The offense is no longer ran through him. He's no longer asked to be the sole scorer for the team. And his role is diminished because that's just how basketball goes. Kyrie's best basketball of his career was played as a Cavalier, and Kevin Love's most successful and important basketball was played as a Cavalier. It's just kind of how it goes. So, yeah, I mean, that's just basketball. So I am a little, so yeah, so it's kind of a weird list because there's points that I think are good and then points that are just don't really make sense to me. LeBron 1's good. Steph Curry's a little high there at 2. Tim Duncan's fine at 3. Jokic over Shaq and Kobe is also really confusing. Giannis at 7 is fine. KD at 8's fine. Garnett's 9. Like all this is fine. I'm cool with the rest of it. I think so. So yeah. It's just oh, Mike was doing it again. It's just those couple. Steph, Jokic are definitely kind of polar bears in Arlington, Texas. Just kind of confusing as to why they were there. If you have Curry top 3 all time, that's fine. Like your personal top 3 is totally fine. I just don't think he has a legitimate argument to being top 3 because, I mean, outside of 2022, we really haven't seen him be the sole like leader of a team.
Yeah, in 2015 too.
20,
He
like
didn't even win the Finals MVP.
it was Iggy. I mean,
Should have been
and
LeBron.
then in 2016, we don't have to talk about 2016 if we don't want to. We can, but he wasn't very good in that finals. Then he begged KD, who came and became the finals MVP 2017, 2018. He did change the game. I think he changed the game big time with his 3-point shooting. But I don't think there's a legitimate argument outside of if you want to say like impact on the game, yeah, he's top 3. It's if it's impact on how the game of basketball is played, he's probably number 1. Because he completely changed either him or MJ. Because what MJ did was he proved that in basketball you can win without a center, like a center being your star player, and then Steph just proved that you can be 6'2" and just shoot a ton of threes and win, and completely changed how the game is played. He's going to prove like he did in 2022. Have you seen that roster?
Do you see SGA, man? His team's getting better.
I don't think the Warriors will be doing anything this year. He has Jimmy Butler, and
that's it.
That's about it. That team, they didn't get much better in the offseason. I know the Warriors are begging and pleading the Lakers to trade for LeBron. They've been doing that for 18 months. I know that much.
Yeah.
But, and would I love to see LeBron and Curry play on the same team? Yeah. Do you see him in the Olympics? They were unbelievable. I mean, that's like Curry would be LeBron's like favorite player that he's ever played with, because what's LeBron the best maybe ever at? Passing to 3-point shooters. And who's the best 3-point shooter ever? Curry. That would be unbelievable. Buddy Hield. Yeah, I don't think Buddy Hield's going to make a big difference on the outcome of the 2025, 2026 NBA season. I definitely don't. The Thunder, Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga could barely find playing time last year.
I thought he got traded.
No, they were going to, but I don't think he did.
Let me see.
Yeah, he's still at the Golden State. He was in trade rumors, but I don't think. Okay. I mean, if we look at the early,
let's
look at the early. Okay, so in June 2022, ESPN made way too early post-finals look at 2025-2026 NBA season. Number 1, OKC. Number 2, the Timberwolves. It's a bit high. 3, the Nuggets. 4, the Cavs. 5, the Rockets. 6, the Pacers. 7, the Knicks. 8, the Warriors. 9, the Lakers. 10, the Clippers. Okay, so.
How's Indiana over the Lakers if the Tyrese Halliburton's hurt?
I don't know.
That's all they got.
I don't know how the Warriors are even at 8. I mean, that roster's not good.
Lakers got better. You got Deontay Aiden. You got Luka, LeBron,
Marcus Smart.
Oh,
this was June 2022. Oh, this was before all that. Oh, this was before the this was like after the finals. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was about to say. Here we go. Oh, here's one. Here's CBS's way too early power rankings from 2 months ago. So this is a little more accurate. Thunder, Cavs, Knicks, Rockets, Nuggets, Wolves, Clippers, Lakers, Grizzlies, Magic. Grizzlies is a little high there. Buddy Hield's a great shooter and would be awesome with Steph spacing 2 floor elite shooters. Yeah, he was there last year, and Buddy Hield was just a non-factor in a lot of those games. He's way too streaky. They need a real life center. They need a real life shooting off the bench. Like when your like third best player is Brandon Podzinski, I'm just a little concerned for the future of the Warriors. They really didn't do anything in the offseason to get better. And okay, so just in the Western Conference.
I'll put your report by one. Put your report. They have it's the Thunder, the Nuggets, the Rockets, The Clippers, the Cavs, the Lakers, the Knicks, Timberwolves, Orlando is ninth, and Warriors 10th. Dude, the Celtics are 16th in this list, bro.
Dude, no Jason Tatum, man. That's bad news. So I'm just going to go to the Western Conference teams I like more than the Warriors next season. Thunder, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Rockets, for obvious reasons. Lakers, for obvious reasons. Denver, I still think Jokic is probably the best player in the NBA.
And
And
also they lost Michael Porter Jr. too.
yeah, which is a good thing because he's awful. So
Yeah.
that's definitely a big help. I'm I'm a question mark on the Clippers. If Kawhi can have another healthy year, they could be good. I don't know if I like them more than the Warriors. They're kind of in the same boat to me. Like,
And Harden cannot get it done in Game 7, bro. He's a choker.
yeah, I'm a little off on the Clippers. I think the Timberwolves are going to be better. I think the Mavs could be better, and I think
Yeah.
the Spurs could be better. And that's where I'm going to stop. Mavs and Spurs are more if Wemby becomes who we think he is. Dylan Harper has a great rookie year. Stephon Castle has a great second year. And
I think Detroit's coming too. Detroit's coming.
oh well, yeah, Detroit's coming. I was just doing Western Conference.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. Mavs, obviously, Kyrie will be there eventually, probably mid-season. Cooper Flag, Anthony Davis, that could be one of the best defensive teams in the league. Like, I'll tell you this much. Yeah, I like the Mavs if AD can stay healthy and if Kyrie comes back and is Kyrie. Because you add a two-way player like Cooper Flag to that team, that's a huge deal. I will tell you this. I'm gonna pull up Golden State's roster real quick. It's not very good. I'm gonna pull it up. So the depth chart. If we look at the depth chart, it's the starting lineup would be Steph Curry at the 1, Brandon Podziemski at the 2, Buddy Hield at the 3, Jimmy Butler at the 4, Draymond Green at the 5. And then off the bench, you'd be looking with Moses Moody, Gary Payton, Jonathan Kuminga, and Kevon Looney, and Trace Jackson Davis. If Steph Curry wins a finals with this team, we can have the Kobe discussions. Because this team is not good. They have no depth. They have no size. Jimmy Butler at the 4. I think Draymond could play the 5, but like season long, that's going to be really difficult.
Yeah, last year they were 17th in the NBA in points per game. They were 8th last year 7th right last year in rebounding. Their defense was ranked 11th. Last year their leading rebounder was Draymond Green, but he was almost dead last in rebounds.
6 rebounds per game was the leading rebounder.
Yeah, that's serious, bro. Yeah,
they have to trade for a center. That they so desperately need a center, it's not even funny.
Because showed a lot.
If
And
you
showed a
could
lot
move,
against the Wolves.
yeah, if you could move Draymond, yeah. Well, I mean, Rudy Gobert was just eating, and the same thing happened to the Lakers. The Lakers were getting bullied because they didn't have a center, and they got a center. I think DeAndre Ayton is a good player. He averages like 15 and 10. He's a great player. The Warriors desperately need some size, some 7 foot. Like he doesn't even have to be a great defensive center, because I think Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green can really anchor that defense. They need a center, like a 7-footer who's a big boy and who can get it done. Yeah, James Wiseman was definitely painful because that was their center of the future, and he ended up not being very good. Wow, 6 rebounds per game was the leading rebounder. You were right. Wow.
Yeah.
Him and Kevon Looney both averaged 6.1 rebounds per game. That's bad.
Jimmy Butler had 5 points per rebounds. Dude.
I like Trace Jackson Davis as an offensive center, but he's not. They need like a guy who just gets rebounds. And Kevon Looney was that for a long time, but he's definitely getting older. Okay. Yeah, when you don't have, they've always needed a center, but when you have Steph, prime Clay, prime KD, you don't really need a center. You like Kevon Looney was just like getting rebounds. Wow, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that goes for sure. I don't know, but that's a weird list. I'm not a super big fan of that list, but yeah. Let's move on to some PGA real quickly here before we wrap up. We are over 2 hours, well over 2 hours. So Tommy Fleetwood, he gets his maiden PGA Tour victory at the FedEx Cup, winning in very, very solid fashion. He was 18 under. The second closest was Patrick Cantlay, who was 15, and Ryan Henley as well at 15 under. Scotty Scheffler, the defending champion, finished at 14 under, and then drunk Rory finished at 6 under. So he was 12 shots off the lead. I don't want to talk about Rory. We're just exclusively going to talk about Tommy Fleetwood because
Rory's still drunk, dude. Rory
Tommy Fleetwood is easily one of the most likable guys in golf. If you have never heard of Tommy Fleetwood or watched, there's a Grant Horvat video where him and Tommy Fleetwood play against each other. There's some with Rick Shields as well. Tommy Fleetwood is one of the most likable, humble guys on tour, and I couldn't be happier for the guy. He's an absolute stud who has been runner-up 6 times in his career, and his resilience as a player to push through all those losses to win the FedEx Cup. Now, is it a major? No, it's not technically a major. I think it should be counted as one, but especially now because the live golfers can't play in it, a lot of people dispute, even though I think the only good live golfer is Bryson DeChambeau, but that's neither here nor there. He won $10 million. It's the biggest prize pot of the year. So he won $10 million. He is on top of the PGA world right now. He played amazing. I got to watch a couple of these rounds. I watched almost all of Saturday. He was great. He was fantastic. I mean, what did you think of his performance, Trey?
Yeah, I did watch all 4 rounds. I watched it at work because when you're like sitting there doing nothing, you just watch stuff. And so Tommy Fleetwood, though, is one of the best ball strikers in today's game.
Easily.
I love the way he plays. He looks like he hits it pretty good and hits far too. But I like his techniques he does. He has certain techniques he does. I watch his practices all the time. I try to copy some of what he does, but unfortunately, I don't know how he does his stuff. I don't know how his stuff. He does fingers. He knows how to. His fingers are weird because it's so good too. Because he cuts his swing off, and he still puts spin on the ball. And I'm like, how do you freaking do that? He hits it hard too, and it's like Tiger. It's like kind of like a little bit of Tiger Woods' fingers. But one of the best strikers of all time. I like his game overall. I was always rooting for him to win a few times, but he never got it done. And he finally got it done. Finally, his first win on the PGA Tour. So congrats to Tommy Fleetwood, man. It was a heck of a. I tell you what, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of Scotty Scheffler. Scheffler didn't win a tournament for like until 20,
and then
he won. But hey, man,
he took off. Tommy can take off.
He could take off big time, bro. And Tommy Fleetwood was dangerous.
He's dangerous.
If you let this guy take off, it's done.
He could win a major or two for sure, no doubt.
Yeah, and Patrick Cantlay is always right there. I'm not surprised he finished second. He's always right there.
Yeah. So huge congrats to Tommy Fleetwood. He went 64, 63, 67, 68 in a very comfortable win. And I just want to say one thing about Patrick Cantlay, bro. You got to speed up your pace of play, bro.
I know, dude. I can't stand it.
This dude takes 10 minutes to hit a ball. It is painful to watch this guy play golf. And it sucks because he's a great golfer. But it's genuinely horrible to watch him play golf.
I can't do it.
He takes forever to hit the ball. So I just want to say that. But
I agree with you big time about that.
Very, very painful to watch. But
I don't even do that. And I have a freaking screwed up swing because of that freaking idiot who ruined my freaking golf swing. You know exactly who you are.
Yeah.
I figured
So
I was wrong with that. I went to the range.
Tommy is like Giannis
Sergio,
free throw.
it might be worse than Giannis's free throws, bro. Like I've counted his seconds. It's literally,
Dude, no, bro.
this is what he does. This is what he does. He talks to his caddy. Okay, I gotta pull up. I'm about to share play. I gotta share play it, dude. I don't know if I should share play or not, but dude, this guy talks to his caddy. Okay, and then next thing you know, he figures out the win. Talks to
I'm
his
gonna pull
caddy
it up, bro.
again. Dude, I gotta share.
I'm gonna pull it up. No, watch. Okay. I'm gonna pull it up on YouTube.
Dude, it might be worse than freaking your grandma walking across the street. Like an old white girl. Old white person walking across the street, man. It's bad.
It's like you could just look up. Let me find it. I found one. Here we go. Okay, so I'm seriously pulling this up, guys. This is bad. I hopefully it shares the correct screen.
Sure, press the
Yeah, I got you.
little link and then just do that. It's bad, man. That's when I crash out.
Okay, so throw it
look.
up there. Throw it up there for us here. Okay, so I got a video of Patrick Cantlay. I'm turn the volume off so we didn't get copyright. I mean, just watch this. Okay, literally watch this. Okay, so he's setting up. He's okay, and this is just off the tee.
Hit the freaking ball! Oh my god, dude.
And you can see the guys in the background. Like this is not a loop.
He still doesn't hit the ball?
No.
But look at the guy holding the sign, bro. He's probably annoyed.
Look, it's not a loop. And then he hits. So it took him 40 seconds to hit the golf ball.
Dude.
I mean, this guy, he is just an absolute pain to watch play golf, and it stinks. It absolutely stinks because I think he's a pretty good golfer. So, yeah, it's worse than Giannis because Giannis at least has a clock. It actually looked like a loop, and I had to show you that the guys behind him were walking to prove it wasn't. They should add a shot clock like the TGL because that's just ridiculous. So, yeah. That being said, huge congrats to Tommy Fleetwood. I'd love to see him win a major next year. I'd love him to at least be a Masters champion. I think that would be incredible. But yeah, for sure. So one more thing here before we get out of here, guys. We're almost at 2.5 hours. We're going to do a quick Ryder Cup preview. So the Ryder Cup is coming up very, very soon. I think it's in a couple weeks. So Captain Keegan Bradley had a pretty good tour championship round. He might pick himself to play. We'll see if he does or not. But he's going to make his picks today at 10 a.m. Captain Keegan Bradley will make his picks today. So for the U.S. Ryder Cup, the team, the exempt guys, the guys who are already locked in as members of the Team USA are Scotty Scheffler, obviously, JJ Spawn, Xander Schauffele, Russell Henley, Harris English, and Bryson DeChambeau. So those guys are locked in to Team USA. They will be representing Team USA. And then he will be, let me pull up the, what's it called?
Team Europe.
Yeah, Team Europe. So Keegan Riley's gonna be making 6 more picks, and the guys in Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, himself, Cameron Young, Patrick Cantlay. Hopefully not Patrick Cantlay. Hopefully not. But a lot of guys that could be picked, including himself. And moving over to Team Europe, the 6 guys that are guaranteed on the team are Rory McIlroy, obviously, my boy Bobby McIntyre, who had a great end of the year at the BMW and at the Tour Championship, Tommy Fleetwood, who just put on a masterclass at Eastlake, Justin Rose, who's a runner-up at the Masters, Rasmus Haggard. I don't know if I said that right. And then Tyrell Hatton. And then, some members of the captain is Luke Donald. Some guys that people think are going to be picked are Shane Lowry, Ludwig Oberg, Victor Hovland, Sepp Straka. And some people think that John Rahm might get a nod. John Rahm has been playing well. Liv plays at Mickey Mouse courses. So I don't know, but I think John Rahm's a great golfer. So I think he should probably be on the team. But I don't know if he's going to get picked. But that being said, Trey, how are you feeling about Team USA? And how are you feeling about Team Europe?
So I think Team USA it's kind of bad. Here's the deal. I'm gonna be completely straight and honest with you about Team USA Ryder Cup and overall. I think we should do the PGA versus Live Golf in the Ryder Cup. I know that would
not be fair.
That wouldn't be fair. Why would you say
Live?
that?
Liv would get rocked.
Yeah, Liv will get rocked big time because Mickelson's terrible. And by the way, I saw something on TikTok that Mickelson's the GOAT. Someone called him the GOAT. He should be thrown out of the golf course immediately after that. I would ban you immediately if you called Mickelson the GOAT. But back to this overall though. Okay, at least put some Live golfers, like put Brooks Koepka in there at least, or something like that. And he's been playing a little better than he has in the past. Because I've seen the highlights and I've seen who wins and all that stuff.
Yeah, he's probably not going to get picked though.
Yeah, he did terrible a couple years ago in the Ryder Cup. But I think it's a decent match. I think it's pretty even. But when Rory McIlroy though was in Europe, Ryder Cup Rory is scary.
Ryder Cup Rory is very scary.
And JT and USA Ryder Cup is scary too.
And they just Bryson is too.
Yeah.
Bryson's a stud. So I think Team USA is good. I like Bryson. I love that he's there. I like, obviously, Scott. He's the best player in the world. Xander Schauffele's had a really rough year. And
I don't know what happened, bro.
Russell Henley's been playing some good golf, but JJ Spawn's been, U.S. Open winner. I like Bryson. I think
you should get Cameron Young and Akshay's really good.
Yeah, I like Akshay. I don't think he's going to get picked. If I were Mr. Keegan, Captain Keegan Bradley, my picks would be JT, Colin Morikawa, himself. I think he deserves to be on the team. I would go. So that's 3. You need 3 more. I'd probably go Cameron Young. Dude, I just don't want to pick Patrick Cantlay because I hate how slow he plays, but he's a good golfer. So probably him. And then I'd probably go Ben Griffin in that last slot. So
Damn,
for
the Jordan Spieth in this list, bro. Don't pick Jordan Spieth, please. Don't pick Jordan Spieth.
I don't think he's gonna pick him,
dude. I don't know.
So
bro.
And then for team Europe, right? I think that Ludwig Oberg, Victor Hovland, Shane Lowry, and John Rahm are going to be on the team.
Yeah, Ryan Palmer.
That's 4. And then I think Sepp Straka and probably Matt Fitzpatrick will. That's a really good European team.
You should get Ryan Palmer too, Team USA.
No, okay, all right.
Ryan Palmer's on the list.
I don't know
why.
So
you see the list?
Yeah, I see it. I know
he's at 143, bro. He's always on
143, bro. That's out of bro. Wesley Bryan's on there. Get Wesley Bryan on the team.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, he's 134. 132. Wesley Bryan. No, so I think it's going to be a good
Oh
Ryder
my
Cup.
God, he is.
I'm excited to see how it goes. The Ryder Cup's always fun to watch.
Y'all should get
The
Michael.
Riders,
Y'all should get Grant Horvat.
they're not going to get Grant Horvat, I don't think so. The Ryder Cup starts August. So the selections are today, the 27th, and the Ryder Cup starts the 26th of September. And Team Europe is trying to repeat. Well, they're trying to repeat from 2023. So last year, the last time it was played, Europe won. So 2021. So the last couple of years, 2021 it was USA, Team USA. 2023 it was Europe. So we definitely need to. I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It should be fun to watch though. It should definitely be fun to watch. But
yeah, and I can't wait to see that one. My boy, you know who is gonna be there? DJT.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But all right, guys, we're almost. This has, I think, been the longest episode we've ever done in the history of the podcast. There's a lot to talk about, and I did join late. So, but guys, if you're still here, thank you for watching. If you were here at any point, thank you for stopping by. And if you're watching this later, we really appreciate you guys so much. Just remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that stuff. And Drake, I don't think he's here anymore, but he will be getting his winnings as the winner of the giveaway soon. So thank you guys so much for stopping by, for chatting. We really appreciate it. Just remember, LeBron James is the GOAT, and college football starts on Saturday, and NFL starts next week. So I'm pumped. Let's go. Super excited. All righty, guys, we're going to get out of here. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your night, morning, day, whatever, wherever you're watching. If it's in the morning, have a great morning. If you're listening on the way to work, hope you have a great day. But if not, whenever you're listening, have a great time. All right. So I'm just keeping it real.
Go Jerry Jones, man. Stop.
Okay. All right. Let's get out of here. See you later, guys. Y'all have a good one. Appreciate you stopping by, guys.